Hi guys, I hope you are well. I'm sure some of you are going to watch this video later on. So yeah, we are doing a live and I hope I'm clear. I hope I'm very clear. So we are doing a live and I'm baking a cake from scratch. I have a cake order if you didn't know. I do cakes, I bake from home, so I have a birthday cake order that I need to do. So the cake is actually a chocolate cake. And if you're new to this channel, if you're watching this video, my name is Megs. I do cooking and lifestyle content. So today we are doing the baking. That's what we are doing, and this is a live stream. So this is actually my third live stream. I'm just starting on this live stream, and today I actually know I did. I'm now knowing I'm now knowing how to record a live video on landscape mode, because it's now not vertical like the previous video, like a shot, but it's actually horizontal. So yeah, it's a learning process for me. So I hope everything is clear. So I'm going to start now, because yeah, I just need to do this, and you may watch this later. If you're going to enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content, you can as well subscribe. So I already have my recipe here. I have to look, because I'm actually using this recipe that I'm using, and I'm making it a double, because it's going to be a big cake. So I'm using these trays right here. These are my trays. I've got this big tray and these two small trays. So it's going to be a staked cake. But I think I'm just going, for this live, I'm just going to use only this, just to show you how I bake my chocolate cake. So first of all, I'm going to grease my baking trays. I'm going to grease the inside and dust with flour, because this video is about the whole process of baking a chocolate cake. So first thing, before that, the first thing that I need to do, I need to preheat the oven. So this is my oven. This is my oven right here. This is my oven. So I'm going to preheat it to 180 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to bake the cake for 1 hour. So before we do the baking, we need to preheat the oven. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm just going to put it on bake and end on 180 degrees Celsius. Okay, that is done. So I'm going to line my baking tray with this baking paper. This is my baking paper. This one here. So firstly, I need to grease the inside of the baking tray, then dust it with some flour, and after that, align it with this. But before we do all that, I need to measure the circle of the baking tray, of the lining that I'm going to put inside. So I need to cut it off from this roll. I hope I'm very clear. I feel like I'm too close to the camera. I'm not so sure. But anyways, it is what it is. So this is a 10-inch baking tray. This one here, the 10-inch. And the other cake that I'm going to put is about 8 inches. Well, the design of the cake is actually not as round as the baking trays. There are some corners I need to cut off because it's actually a cartoon. How can I say this? It's a kit. So the customer gave me a picture. So on top of the bottom layer, there's going to be a bus. That's going to be a cake as a bus. So I need to cut off the cake to make it a bus. So I'm going to use 8-inch trays. So for the bottom one, I'm going to use this 10-inch tray right here. Okay. So I'm only going to use just one layer, so I don't need to cut a lot, just one piece. So I'm just using my pencil here. I'm using my pencil to draw. Let me just move the camera so that you can see what's happening. Okay, like this. I hope my fixing here didn't ruin this session from the start. So I'm just going to do an intro again because I don't know, guys. I don't know if I need to do an intro. If you're new to this channel, my name is Megs. I do cooking and lifestyle content. Today, I'm doing this live stream where I'm showing you guys how to make a cake, a chocolate cake from scratch, from start to finish. So first of all, I need to grease the pan. I'm using this 10-inch pan. I need to grease it inside with some oil, and then I dust it with flour. After that, I put a baking paper. So right here, I'm just trying to cut off the piece that I need to use inside. So this is actually a template that I'm making right here. If you're going to enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think about it. And I hope I'm clear, guys. I hope I'm clear. Please let me know where you are watching from. Even when you watch it later, just let me know where you are watching this video from. I just want to know my audience, where you guys are watching from. I'm making this cake from Cape Town, South Africa. Okay, so this is my template. So I'm going to grease the inside of this baking tray, put some flour, and then this inside. So let me do that. So I'm just going to use the plastic to do the greasing because I don't want to have oil on my hands. So for the greasing, I'm just using some vegetable oil. Just, oopsie, that's actually a lot. So I just need a little bit, just a little bit. So I'm just going to put the excess back. Because we are not frying. So yeah, sometimes some people just use like oil spray. Oil spray is actually the best to use right here. So placing it like this. I'm just going to do the small trays as well. In this one, okay, I need to cut the baking paper for these two before I forget, because I just want everything done at the same time. Okay, like so. Then I'm just going to cut it. So we now have our circles for the smaller trays. Then we need to dust inside the trays. So I'm just going to put some flour. I'll start with the bigger one. So just do this and dust. like this. So that's how I dust. So sometimes I can use, especially if I'm making chocolate cake, I can also use cocoa powder to do the dusting. I'm just putting the excess flour in here and do the same thing. So it should look like this inside. And I'm doing the last one. Okay, our baking trays are ready. Let me just tidy up as I go. Okay, so I'm now going to put the baking paper. This is the baking paper for the big tray. Just going to place it inside like this. You see? And I'm going to do the smaller ones just like that. Okay, so the trays are ready. So I'm just going to put them on the side because this is done for now. I'll take them when the cake batter is ready, when we are ready to put it in the oven. So now we need to start baking. I'm going to use 2 bowls. These are my 2 bowls. I don't know, you guys, if you want to see my face or if you want to see what's happening here. If only I had a chair, if only I was way shorter like this, you would see me. Okay, so I have these two balls. So I'm going to use this one for the wet ingredients and this one for the dry ingredients, separate bowls. So firstly, we are going to mix the dry ingredients first. I told you I have my recipe here. I wrote it down because I don't want to miss a step. So I'm just going to, I'm also going to put the recipe in the description of this live when I'm done with the live. So this is how I'm going to actually do it. We need to put the dry ingredients in the separate bowl first. So the recipe says I need 2 cups, but I'm going to double it because I'm making a big cake. So I'm going to double the recipe. So I'm just going to put 4 cups of flour instead. Okay, so this is my flour. So I'm just going to put 4 leveled cups of cake flour. I'm using cake flour. So that's our first cup. second cup, third cup. I make sure that the cup is well leveled, and fourth cup. Okay, not heaped but leveled, because if you put it heaped, you may ruin the cake the cake size, the baking size. Your cake may come out dry, or yeah, usually it comes out dry. So next up, I'm going to add some sugar. The recipe says 2 cups of sugar. So I'm going to put 4 cups of sugar. This is my sugar. If the space is too busy for you, sorry, I'm just clearing as I go. So this is my first cup. So for me, I don't like I don't like a very sweet cake. So if this recipe is saying 4 cups, yeah, you can like 2 cups, you can do 2 cups, but actually you can actually reduce the amount of sugar that you want to take. You don't have to put a small amount, because the cake may be bitter because we are using cocoa powder. So if you are going to reduce the amount of sugar, just reduce with maybe half a cup, not half of the amount that is supposed to be in. For example, this recipe says 2 cups of sugar. So if you want to reduce the amount of sugar, you can just do 1.5 cups of sugar. So for this recipe, I'm just using about 3.5 cups of sugar, because some people don't want the cake to be very, very sweet. If you understand what I'm talking about. So this is it. But if you like very sweet stuff, go for it. The sugar is done. Then I'm going to put some cocoa powder. The cocoa powder, it says half a cup of cocoa powder. So I'm going to make it 1 cup, because I'm doubling the recipe. So this is my cocoa powder. And unsweetened cocoa powder. Let me try to fix this so that you guys can actually see me. Yeah, this is way much better. This is way much better. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 cup cocoa powder. So I'm just going to use the same cup that I was using. So this is a cup of cocoa powder, you can see here. So I'm just going to add it in the bowl. This can be messy if you're not careful. The cocoa powder may like be all over before you know it. So you need to be just careful. I'm going to put it on the side. Then what's next on the recipe? I'm going to add some baking powder. So I need about the recipe says 1.5 teaspoon baking powder. So I'm doubling. So I'm going to use 3 teaspoons of baking powder. So this is my baking powder. So I'm using 3 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Then next up it's 1/2 teaspoon baking soda. So I'm going to use 3 teaspoons baking soda because I'm doubling. This is my baking soda here. Okay, so this is 1 teaspoon. 2 teaspoons. 3 teaspoons. Next up, it's 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of salt because I'm doubling the recipe. I'll keep on telling you that because I don't want you to, if you are going to try this and you make a mistake. So I'm going to use 1 teaspoon because I'm doubling the recipe. Okay, so this is my teaspoon of salt. Okay, here we go. What's next? So these are our dry ingredients. Let me just clear off the dry ingredients so that you guys can see clearly without all this mess around. See clearly what we are doing here. Okay, so these are the dry ingredients all in one bowl. So I'm going to take my whisk. This is my whisk, and I'm just going to mix everything like this. Guys, so if you're going to watch this video later, of course, you may watch. If you're watching, this could be later for you. If you're enjoying this live stream, please give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think about it. Let me know if I'm clear, if the sound is good, and if the video is just good for you. So this is, I'm just trying to mix. And you know what? Cocoa powder tends to have these lumps here. So if you have a sieve, I didn't think about it when I was putting the cocoa powder. You need to sieve the cocoa powder to remove those lumpy cocoa powder. Even the flour, you need to sieve it. But here, I just did everything without thinking about it. I'm sorry about that. But I'm going to pop all the lumps with the hand mixer when I'm doing the hand mixing, the electrical hand mixer. So you see, we need to mix everything nicely to make well combine everything. So this is done. So next up, we are going to mix the wet ingredients on the side. So I'm putting away the dry ingredients, and we are now doing the wet ingredients. So for the wet ingredients, we are going to start off with for the recipe. This recipe says 1 cup milk, but I'm going to put 2 cups milk because I'm making a big cake. So this is my milk, and this is the cup that I'm going to use to measure this one. So I'm just putting the milk in the cup. So I need 1 cup. And this is 1 cup. Well, I need 2 cups. So I'm going to pour another cup. And there we go. This is another cup. I'm going to put this in the fridge. Okay, next up on the wet ingredients, we are going to add, the recipe says 2 large eggs, but I'm going to use 4 large eggs. And the eggs, all these ingredients, the milk, the egg, must be room temperature. So you see me putting back the milk. It was on room temperature all this time. So I'm just putting it in the fridge. So the eggs must also be on room temperature. Okay, so I'm cracking 4 eggs. That's 1. Two. 3. 4. Okay. I've just dropped the eggshells. Let me put them in the bin. And put this back where it belongs. Okay, so next up on the wet ingredients, it's half cup vegetable oil. So I'm going to put 1 cup vegetable oil because you now know, right? We are doubling the recipe because we are making a bigger cake. So this whole cake is going to be chocolate cake. I'm just going to put 1 cup. This is 1 cup of vegetable oil. For the vegetable oil, I'm using canola oil. This is canola oil. So if you have cooking oil like sunflower, canola, as long as it's vegetable oil, you can use that. The one that we usually cook with besides olive oil. Yeah. So I'm also going to put this on the side. Then the next ingredient is 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And you now know the deal. You now know what's happening. We are adding 2 tablespoons of vanilla. So this is my tablespoon, and I'm using vanilla essence. So this is vanilla essence. And there are 2 different types of vanilla. There's vanilla extract and vanilla essence. So for this recipe, it's actually vanilla extract. But if you're going to use vanilla essence, you need to double. So if the recipe is saying 1 tablespoon of vanilla, that means with vanilla essence, I need to put 2 tablespoons of vanilla. So I need about 4 tablespoons of this for the cake. So this is 2. Let me take the other vanilla. I don't know if you understood me. Vanilla extract and vanilla essence are different. Vanilla extract tends to be more flavorful, more powerful than the vanilla essence. So if you want it to be as powerful as the extract, you need to double the amount of what it says on the recipe. So this is my other bottle of vanilla. I'm going to add some more vanilla because that's how it is. 3, 4. You see, I've put 4 tablespoons of vanilla essence. If I had extract, I'll just have used 2 tablespoons. You need to get that right. Okay. Let me throw this bottle away. It's done. So next up on the wet ingredients is 1 cup boiling water. We are using boiling water. So let me take some water from the kettle. Let me boil the water. Then we add it to the mixture. You hear the sound, that's the sound of the kettle boiling the water. So guys, please remember to let me know where you are watching this video from. And surprisingly, I don't see anyone right now on this live. What happened? Did I put unlisted? Did I set it to unlisted or what? Because my other previous lives, I would get some people watching, but with this one, no one is watching what's happening. But I hope you guys will watch this later. I hope I'm doing it right, because I hope, because I'm doing this for you guys. So I hope you're going to watch it later. Please let me know what you think about this video. And if you're new to this channel, please give it a thumb. Please give this live stream, this video, a thumbs up. And if you like the content, you can also subscribe. My name is Megs. I do cooking and lifestyle content. So for my lifestyle content, I usually just show people what I do in my life. Like sometimes I like to go around Cape Town showing people places, and sometimes it's just what I'm doing in my personal life that I think it's worth sharing with you, that you may be interested in. Sometimes like maybe the work that we do around just to get some extra income, or maybe just general life, maybe time with my family, time with my friends, anything with to do with lifestyle. That's the lifestyle part. So if you're watching this and you have subscribed to the channel, or maybe you like the video that I was showing you around, or maybe it was something else that didn't have anything to do with cooking, and you liked it and you started to watch my videos, and now you see this cooking and you're like thinking what's going on. But on most of my videos, I usually tell you guys that this channel is a cooking and lifestyle, so that when you see me cooking, you won't be surprised. When you see me doing other things rather than cooking, you will also not be surprised. And you may be liking both sides of the channel. So if you like the content, if you like what you are seeing, please give this video a thumbs up. All right, our water is ready. So it says 1 cup boiling water on our recipe. I did write my recipe down in case you are like, where's the recipe? She's just mentioning the recipe. This is the recipe. So I'm just going to put 2 cups because we are doubling the recipe. This is like boiling water. Okay, so this is 1 cup. It has to be 1 cup. 1 cup of hot water. So this makes, why, you may be wondering, why is she putting hot water? This is what makes the chocolate cake moist. The hot water just makes the chocolate cake moist. And if you like to take the cake to the next level, you can add some hot coffee, like very hot coffee. If you like if you want the chocolate flavor to be very intense, you can add some hot coffee. That's a tip for you if you didn't know. So yeah, we are done with this. We need to start with the mixing. I'm just putting away the recipe and just clearing the space for us to work nicely here. So yeah, I'm going to start off with mixing the wet ingredients, because remember we did mix the dry ingredients. So now I'm mixing the wet ingredients because we didn't do that. So I'm using a hand mixer. If you have a stand mixer, that's perfect. I use my stand mixer is broken, so I'm now using a hand mixer. They all work fine. Where am I? Let me look for the mixing things. These are right here. Okay, so they all work fine. But the advantage of using a stand mixer is you can actually do some other things that you may have, that you may want to do whilst it's mixing here. You can do other things, but with the stand mixer or with the hand mixer, you have to be there. So I'm going to start on low speed because I don't want to splash the liquid all over. Let me move this so that you can see. Okay, this is what we are doing. Okay, this is done. It's actually frothy. It's so frothy. Can you see that? So now we are going to add the liquid in the dry. I have my spatula. Going to put a hole in the middle to pour in the liquid. And yeah, a little at a time, I'm going to do this. Okay. Then mix like this. Then add, then mix again. I'm so a little bit worried. Why is there even one person not watching? Maybe I put this video on unlisted and I hope I can take it off and you guys can see that. I can see the video, because wow, that will be a waste of a video, right? It's smelling so good. I can smell the chocolatiness. Oh, and another thing, why add hot water? The hot water makes the flavor come out. That's the other reason. Making the cake moist and making the flavor really come out of the chocolate cake. And you may be wondering, why am I mixing with my hand without rather than the hand mixer? I just want to combine first with my hands like this slowly, so that when I go in with the hand mixer, it will be so much easier, and it won't be splattering all over the place. And I can actually scrape at the bottom to make sure everything is nice and well combined. Because the consistency of this batter is going to be runny, and that's how it should be. If you see it runny, don't panic. That's how it should be. It should be like very runny. Okay, almost done. Okay, so this is the last of the wet ingredients. Let me take this away so that everything can be clear. Okay. Okay, I'm now going in with the hand mixer. Oh, I'm now thinking that I can actually take some clips of this part for the video that you're going to watch, which is not a live. So I'm just taking my other camera. Hey guys, so I'm now almost done with the baking. I'm just mixing up my chocolate butter here. And I'm in the middle of a live stream. So I'm just mixing the chocolate butter. This is our chocolate butter. It has to be runny. And after this, when it's all mixed, I'm going to put it in some baking trays and bake. And we'll see the finished product, hopefully, on another video. So that's for the video that you are going to see later on after this live stream. Let me show you what's happening here. Let me bring the camera closer. You see? There you go. You see how runny it looks? It should look like this. Very runny. That's also what makes it super moist. Who doesn't like a cake that is moist? I like moist cakes. Moist cakes are my thing. So the electrical hand mixer also helps with popping up those cocoa powder bits, those clumpy cocoa powder bits. Okay. It's looking good. Looking good. Okay, guys, so this is now ready. It's so ready. So you see how runny it is. Let me bring the camera closer. So you see how runny it is. That's how it should be. That's how it's supposed to be. So it's not time to put everything or to put this butter in the baking tray. I'm going to start with this one because if I put all of them, I don't have that much space in my oven. So I'm just going to start with a big tray. Okay. Let me make sure the pepper is nicely fixed so that the butter won't overflow and go to the bottom of the pepper. Okay, done. So I'm going to pour it. So this should be fine. Okay, let me show you. I don't want to drop the phone in the butter. Trying to show you guys. Okay, so this is how it looks inside. So before we put it in the oven, we need to tap it on the counter like this to pop up the bubbles. This is how we pop up the bubbles. Like this. Now I'm going to put it in the oven. Remember, we already preheated the oven on 180 degrees Celsius. So we're going to, preheat to 180 degrees Celsius. So we're going to bake this on 180 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes, for a full hour, 1 hour. So if you know your oven that is quicker, maybe it's 45 minutes for you. If you want to know if it's nicely baked, you just take a toothpick, like one of these, you poke it inside the cake after your 45 minutes, and if it comes out sticky with sticky butter on the stick, that means the cake is not baked yet. But if it comes out dry, it means the cake is fully baked. So for my oven, I know that this cake would take 1 full hour. That's how I know it's fully baked. So I'm going to put this in the oven. I forgot to take out the roasting trays out of the oven. I just preheated without taking out these guys. Can you imagine? These ones. Okay. So I'm taking our baking tray inside. Okay. So that's done. So after it bakes, I'm going to put these trays, the smaller ones. But yeah, on this live, we can't wait for that. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I see there's no one watching right now, or I don't know what happened. Maybe I set it on unlisted, but because there was a time when I was just trying things, and I was setting it on unlisted because I wanted to see if I'm going to do this live right. So I think I didn't put it back on, like, on a public setting. So I hope that can be fixed after this video, so that you guys can watch this video later whenever you have time. Thank you so much. And yeah, remember to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, and if you like the content, why not subscribe? If you want to see the outcome of this cake, I'm going to show you on the next video that you are going to watch, not the live, the videos. Go on videos, you're going to watch that video on live. Our next live session, live stream, may be something else, but for the cake, if you want to see how it's going to look, I'm going to show you on the video upload, not a live stream. So the next video that you're going to watch, not a live stream, yeah, get it right. I hope you do. So thank you so much, guys. I'm going to end this live stream right now. Yes, kindly subscribe. Kindly like, comment, share. Let me know what you think about this video, right? Oh, I can see now. Wow, guys, I now have the first person after 1 hour. After 1 hour of being on this live. Thank you so much for watching. I was just ending this live stream. Thank you so much. I was making a cake from scratch. So if you can watch this video after the live, I'm sure it will pop up. You can actually see what has been happening. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Megs. I do cooking and lifestyle content. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. Let's end it.